Yo, what is up guys, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review of the Meepo V3 electric skateboard. So in this video I'll be answering, is the board worth it, and is it worth it in 2021 still? And the short answer for this is absolutely. It is worth any amount of money I'd spend on it. It is so fun, but that yes comes with a few catches of if it fits your circumstances. So it's a yes for me, but it might not be a yes for you, so I'm going to answer that in this video. Okay, first off, I'm just going to go over all the good bits about it I like and all the bad bits about it. So starting off with all the good bits, for me personally, I just got this board to just joyride. I didn't really need to commute anywhere far. It's good for like if I just want to go play basketball, it's like 5 minutes up the road, or if I'm going to a mate's house, but overall I don't need to go really far. So the battery for me is perfectly fine, but I think if you need to go a little bit further, it is on the smaller side of batteries. It does, I think, about 10-ish miles. So, you know, that's not that bad, and you can carry a charger with you. But anything kind of past 10 miles starts to hurt your legs, to be honest. But for me personally, the battery's fine. What I really like about it, obviously, cost is amazing. I'm going to say just for joyriding, this board is perfect. Cost is good. Comfort-wise, it's like, you know, I still have the 90mm polyurethanes, or how you say it, and they're quite uncomfy, I will be honest. Going over any bumps is quite scary, and I'm not great at skateboarding, but I'm not bad. I can't skate a normal board, I'm shit at that, but longboards I'm fine with. So it can be a little bit uncomfortable after a while of going over the cracks, so if you have good smooth roads and you're comfortable riding on the road as well, because if you ride on the pavement it is inherently just more bumpy, so it depends where you're riding if you're comfortable doing roads or not. The other good bits, like, you know, it's speed, definitely, it goes really fast, that's very fun. All around it's quite good build quality. I've never had a problem with the casing. I heard some people have an issue with the being a gap between the ESC and the board, but my one seemed to be a newer model and had that fixed, so there's no gap for me. It's been really reliable. One thing broke at the start, but it's not a big deal. Apart from that, it's been working absolutely fine. Just the battery indicator on it just never worked. If I press it, it will just never quite turn on, but that's okay, because you get told the battery on the remote anyway, so I didn't really need it. But it's pretty much all around. For the price, it is amazing build quality. Wheels as well, they're really big. They're comfy. The trucks are fine, and I've never personally had any problems. The only bad bits is really how comfortable it is. It can get quite uncomfy, and that's kind of it really. You know, everything else is perfect. The only other thing I would say, if I were to get another electric skateboard, whilst they do tend to be more expensive, one with off-road wheels I would probably go for, because whilst I like just the standard longboard wheels, I just think having an off-road electric skateboard, it kind of like opens up new doors, because on a normal skateboard you wouldn't have off-road wheels on a longboard because you wouldn't push around a mountain trail, but on an electric one, I think if there are any woody bits near you, for joyriding that could be more fun, because I'm kind of limited to roads and short grass, which is a bit annoying. The advertised speed, like, I don't think I've ever quite reached 28. I've reached 26, I think. I think that's the fastest I've gone. Or maybe 27, which isn't a big deal, but reliably, I'd say the max you can normally go on just a normal kind of bumpy ground is about 23, 25. I don't think you can get much higher than that. You kind of need perfect conditions, flat road, to reach the advertised speed, which I don't have near me, so I can't really test it out. I've never fully worn out the battery. Oh no, I have worn out the battery once, and it is quite good. You can still brake afterwards, so even when the battery has been fully depleted, brakes still work. So if you're going down a hill really fast, don't worry, the brakes will still be able to stop you. The acceleration I want to talk about is really good. It accelerates really well, deals with hills well, and the braking's quite good. The one bad bit about the braking is that it never seems to quite fully come to a stop, which can be kind of annoying, like always like putting your foot down just to stop it when you're stopping at a road or something to check for cars. You know, it's not the end of it. I don't know if that's just my board that doesn't have, there's a kind of faulty braking, but it doesn't seem to be too bad. The truck's like tightness, yeah, it was like fine stock. I didn't need to loosen or tighten it at all. They've loosened quite a lot naturally, but also, like, you know, when you're a new rider, tighter trucks is a bit easier, so that was fine for me. One thing I want to cover on, if you're not a great skater, do not worry. All my friends skate and they're all good, but I would try and go on their boards. I can like kind of push and foot brake, but I'm pretty trash. This thing, I literally just got on and got it like that. It's so easy. You just stand still, forward on the remote, and you just kind of move. Obviously, I'm not going to go over the 4 brake modes and speeds, you'll know all of that stuff. And I think apart from that, all the goods and bads have been pretty much covered. With my board, it will look slightly different. I spent a very long time sanding all the way around, which gives quite a nice look. I don't know why they cover it in black paint, it's not that nice. And I also did my own pattern with colours. My sister is a artist and she has nice fancy pens, so she drew some custom colours on it, and I think it looks quite cool. And another thing I want to touch on, it's kind of like, it's definitely the cheapest board I could find for, because, you know, I didn't want to spend like £1,000 on a boosted board or something like that, and I really don't think you need to spend that much money. If you're doing something like off-roading and going to your work, then maybe going for something a bit more comfortable. But for joyriding, I'm going to say this board is just absolutely perfect. It is the funnest thing you'll ever ride. It's like, you know, a bike may be more practical. I ride this thing over a bike every single day. It's just so fun. I don't know what it is, just going very fast on a road is just fun. And this thing's just perfect. It's a speed demon, so that's all good. And for the price, I've never had any issues. There are obviously premiums that come with more expensive boards. They don't just add on price for no reason, like, you know, bigger batteries, more flexible decks, just stuff like that. But I'm going to say for a beginner rider, this thing is absolutely perfect. I am very happy I got the longboard version, not the normal skateboard version, because I like quite a wide stance, so that's good for this board. And another thing I want to touch on is the remote. The remote's really comfortable. It's definitely the best remote I've seen for skateboards. The Night Rider remote I do want to try out. It's quite expensive, but it looks quite useful. But everything on it is intuitive and it's easy. I've done, I think currently 358 miles, if I'm correct, on the board. Yeah, 358 miles on this board. And I think that's quite impressive considering that I only joyride it. I just take it around the park and stuff. Another thing I want to mention is you will get stared. I don't particularly care. I think it's quite funny. You know, when people are like, what's that? Whoa, there's an electric skateboard. And then I also get people coming up and wanting to try it. Sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no, depending on how coronary everything is. I let this one woman have a go. She was with her kids. I don't think she was going to steal it. But then also, you know, a bunch of teenage boys will come up to me and say, can I have a go? And obviously not, because they're just going to go off with it. But yeah, that's a given. People are going to look at you, and it depends if you want people to look at you or not. It's not bad. You kind of speed off. Another thing, if there are a lot of dogs around you, they absolutely go for this thing. Like, dogs will just run out in front of me and just stop. And I swear to God, I've almost killed so many dogs. It's so annoying. So be careful for dogs. And another thing I want to mention on is safety. This thing, however fun it is, and how much you don't want to ride a helmet because you think you look badass going 28 miles an hour down a road, when you hit a car and your legs split in half, that's not so fun. So I just want to go over, helmet is a must-have. When I started riding this thing, I didn't wear a helmet, and the other day, I'll put a picture up on screen, I fell over and I hit my eye, and it wasn't on the board, I was literally walking, and I fell over the steps just in front of me in my garden, and I hit my eye, and I broke my orbital bone, and that happened 2 weeks ago now, and that was from walking at about 1 mile an hour. So I thought, okay, if that much damage can be caused, I should probably start wearing a helmet. So I found one that we just had, and I'm wearing it. And I will say it is quite a nice feeling having a helmet on when going really fast. you don't look like an idiot. You look like an idiot not wearing one. I'm going to be honest, you look like a twat anyway, because it's just stupid. Because it's all fun and games until you fall off, and it's not a toy at that point. Another thing, what I haven't done, I should learn foot braking properly, because if the brakes fail and I'm going down a hill, I am eating shit. I do not know how to foot brake. And considering that I've had the board for 7 months now, I got it at Christmas, I should probably learn that. And another thing I should learn is how to have a bit of a smaller stance, because I have my foot so close to the end. I feel like sometimes when I hit a bump, it's going to come off. So having a shorter stance might be a good idea. But overall summary, sorry, I've just kind of waffled on. This has been a completely unscripted video, and I've been meaning to make it for about 7 months now. I just never got around to doing it. So overall summary, if you're just looking into getting an electric skateboard, not necessarily this one, it is just absolutely worth it. I was kind of skeptical how fun it would be. It is the most fun thing you'll ever ride. And falling off is a given. I haven't personally fallen off yet, but I know I will, and I know it's going to suck when I do. So obviously safety is important when you do fall off. I think for price to performance, this board is absolutely phenomenal, and I just think there is no beating it. If you don't really mind having a bit of leg pain afterwards, you know, this thing is just, it's a thrill. It's like a roller coaster. I have a cycle track quite close to my house, so that's fun to go around. If you're going to do any off-roading, this board is no way. It will, a single route, you're dead. I would definitely recommend, getting what is it? I can't remember the brand. They do good other off-road skateboards. I mean, like, I don't know, I used to know quite a bit more, I've kind of forgotten. I'm not going to give loads of suggestions on other skateboard brands. I've always loved Meepo. I'm not, like, fanboying over them though, so I'm going to give an honest opinion. But I think this is genuinely an amazing board. I think that you're not going to get much better for it for the price, and it is trustworthy. The one thing, the shipping, it is a pain. I had to wait like, I think 2-3 months for it to arrive, because I live in the UK, and that was really painful. That was the worst wait I think I've ever had. It was just every day I just waited and really wanted to have a ride. And I remember when it arrived, and I was supposed to wait till Christmas to open it, and I definitely did not wait. Last thing I kind of got to touch on is the handle. The handle is absolutely amazing. I don't know why other brands don't do this. I don't know how I'd even use it without the handle, because it's not too heavy, but it can hurt your arm, and I think holding it like a normal skateboard would be a bit much, and more grabbing it is cursed. So, you know, I mean, the handle, sure, it might look kind of stupid, but when you're in a shop, having a handle is just the most useful thing ever. Every skateboard ever should have a handle. I use it so much, because it is quite heavy, and whilst holding it for 5 minutes isn't too bad, when you're walking it for a while, it does start to hurt. So the handle does really help for that. You can get backpacks for it. Sorry, the light is not really shit. You can get backpacks for it. I don't know how good they are. It might kind of hurt your back. I have never really looked into them, but for like holding it and travel and movability and all of that stuff, it's quite good. So it does get a positive on that front with the handle. I think that's probably going to wrap up the video. If you want any more electric skateboard content, then like the video. I don't know. Could flop, could do well. We'll never know. Do I become a skateboarding YouTube channel? Meepo, sponsor me. I want more of your skateboards, because I don't have the money, but I want more, because I'm greedy. And I think that's probably gonna wrap this one up. Literally just full send and do it. If you have the money, buy this thing. You won't regret it. I could spend £1,000 on this and I wouldn't regret it. Right, peace.